Okay, Genesis, here we go. See how far we go.
Genesis, chapter 1. When God began to create heaven and earth, and the earth then was welter and waste and darkness over the deep, and God's breath hovering over the waters, God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And it was evening, and it was morning, first day. And God said, "Let there be a vault in the midst of the waters, and let it divide water from water." And God made the vault, and it divided the water beneath the vault from the water above the vault. And so it was. And God called the vault heavens. And it was evening, and it was morning, second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered in one place, so that the dry land will appear." And so it was. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering of waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth grow grass, plants yielding seed of each kind, and trees bearing fruit of each kind, that has its seed within it upon the earth." And so it was. And the earth put forth grass, plants yielding seed, and trees bearing fruit of each kind. And God saw that it was good. And it was evening, and it was morning, third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the vault of the heavens to divide the day from the night. And they shall be signs for the fixed times and for days and years. And they shall be lights in the vault of the heavens to light up the earth." And so it was. And God made the two great lights, the great light for dominion of day, and the small light for dominion of night, and the stars. And God placed them in the vault of the heavens to light up the earth, and to have dominion over day and night, and to divide the light from the darkness. And God saw that it was good. And it was evening, and it was morning, fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters swarm with the swarm of living creatures, and let fowl fly over the earth across the vault of the heavens." And God created the great sea monsters, and every living creature that crawls, which the water had swarmed forth of each kind, and the winged fowl of each kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the water in the seas, and let the fowl multiply in the earth." And it was evening, and it was morning, fifth day. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures of each kind, cattle and crawling things, and wild beasts of each kind." And so it was. And God made wild beasts of each kind, and cattle of every kind, and all crawling things on the ground of each kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let us make a human in our image, by our likeness, to hold sway over the fish of the sea, and the fowl of the heavens, and the cattle, and the wild beasts, and all the crawling things that crawl upon the earth." And God created the human in his image. In the image of God, he created him. Male and female, he created them. And God blessed them. And God said to them, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and conquer it, and hold sway over the fish of the sea, and the fowl of the heavens, and every beast that crawls upon the earth." And God said, "Look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant on the face of all the earth, and every tree that has fruit-bearing seed. Yours they will be for food. And to all the beasts of the earth, and to all the fowl of the heavens, and to all that crawls on the earth, which has the breath of life within it, the green plants for food. And so it was. And God saw all that he had done, and look, it was very good. And it was evening, and it was morning, the sixth day. Chapter 2. Then the heavens and the earth were complete, and all their array. And God completed on the seventh day the task he had done. And he ceased on the seventh day from all the task he had done. And God blessed the seventh day and hallowed it. For on it he had ceased from all his task that he had created to do. This is the tale of the heavens and the earth when they were created. On the day the Lord God made earth and heavens, no shrub of the field being yet on the earth, and no plant of the field yet sprouted. For the Lord God had not caused rain to fall on the earth, and there was no human to till the soil. And wetness would well from the earth to water all the surface of the soil. Then the Lord God fashioned the humus from the soil, and blew into his nostrils the breath of life, and the human became a living creature. And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden to the east, and he placed there the human he had fashioned. And the Lord God caused to sprout from the soil every tree lovely to look at and good for food. And the tree of life was in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge, good and evil. Now a river runs out of Eden to water the garden, and from there splits off into 4 streams. The name of the first is Pishon. The one that winds through the whole land is Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good. Bdellium is there, and lapis lazuli. And the name of the second river is Gaim, the one that winds through all the land of Cush. And the name of the third river is Tigris, the one that goes to the east of Ashur. And the fourth river is Euphrates. And the Lord God took the human and set him down in the Garden of Eden to till it and watch it. And the Lord God commanded the human, saying, From every tree of the garden you may surely eat, but from the tree of knowledge, good and evil, you shall not eat. For on the day you eat from it, you are doomed to die. And the Lord God said, It is not good for the human to be alone. I shall make him a sustainer beside him. And the Lord God fashioned from the soil each beast of the field and each fowl of the heavens, and brought each to the human to see what he would call it. And whatever the human called a living creature, that was its name. And the human called names to all the cattle, and to the fowl of the heavens, and to all the beasts of the field. But for the human, no sustainer beside him was found. And the Lord God cast a deep slumber on the human, and he slept. And he took one of his ribs, and closed over the flesh where it had been. And the Lord God built the rib he had taken from the human into a woman, and he brought her to the human. And the human said, This one at last, bone of my bones, and flesh of my flesh, this one shall be called woman, for from man was this one taken. Therefore does a man leave his father and his mother, and cling to his wife, and they become one flesh. And the two of them were naked, the human and his woman, and they were not ashamed. Chapter 3. Now the serpent was most cunning of all the beasts of the field that the Lord God had made. And he said to the woman, Though God said, You shall not eat from any tree of the garden. And the woman said to the serpent, From the fruit of the garden's trees we may eat, but from the fruit of the tree in the midst of the garden God has said, You shall not eat from it, and you shall not touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said to the woman, You shall not be doomed to die. For God knows that on the day you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will become as gods, knowing good and evil. And the woman saw that the tree was good for eating, and that it was lust to the eyes, and the tree was lovely to look at. And she took of its fruit and ate. And she also gave to a man with her, and he ate. And the eyes of the two were opened, and they knew they were naked. And they sewed fig leaves and made themselves loincloths. And they heard the sound of the Lord God walking about in the garden in the evening breeze. And the human and his woman hid from the Lord God in the midst of the trees of the garden. And the Lord God called to the human and said to him, Where are you? And he said, I heard your sound in the garden, and I was afraid, for I was naked, and I hid. And he said, Who told you that you were naked? From the tree I commanded you not to eat, have you eaten? And the human said, The woman whom you gave by me, she gave me from the tree, and I ate. And the Lord God said to the woman, What is this you have done? And the woman said, The serpent beguiled me, and I ate. And the Lord God said to the serpent, Because you have done this, cursed be you of all cattle and all beasts of the field. On your belly shall you go, and dust shall you eat all the days of your life. Enmity will I set between you and the woman, between your seed and hers. He will bite your head, and you will boot him with the heel. To the woman he said, I will terribly sharpen your birth pangs. In pain shall you bear children. And for your man shall be your longing, and he shall rule over you. And to the human he said, Because you listened to the voice of your wife, and ate from the tree that I commanded you, you shall not eat from it. Cursed be the soil for your sake. With pangs shall you eat from it all the days of your life. Thorn and thistle shall it sprout for you, and you shall eat the plants of the field. By the sweat of your brow shall you eat bread till you return to the soil. For from there will you take it. For dust you are, and to dust shall you return. And the human called his woman's name Eve, for she was the mother of all that lives. And the Lord God made skin coats for the human and his woman, and he clothed them. And the Lord God said, Now that the human has become like one of us, knowing good and evil, he may reach out and take as well from the tree of life and live forever. And the Lord God sent him from the Garden of Eden to till the soil from which he had been taken. And he drove out the human, and set up east of the Garden of Eden the cherubim and the flame of the whirling sword to guard the way to the tree of life. Chapter 4. And the human knew Eve his woman, and she conceived and bore Cain. And she said, I have got me a man with the Lord. And she bore as well his brother Abel. And Abel became a herder of sheep, while Cain was a tiller of the soil. And it happened in the course of time that Cain brought from the fruit of the soil an offering to the Lord. And Abel too had brought from the choice firstlings of his flock. And the Lord regarded Abel and his offering, but he did not regard Cain and his offering. And Cain was very incensed, and his face fell. And the Lord said to Cain, Why are you incensed? And why is your face fallen? For whether you offer well, or whether you do not, at the tent flap sin crouches, and for you is its longing, but you will rule over it. And Cain said to Abel his brother, Let us go out to the field. And when they were in the field, Cain rose against Abel his brother, and killed him. And the Lord said to Cain, Where is Abel, your brother? And he said, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? And he said, What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the soil. And so cursed shall you be by the soil that gaped with its mouth to take your brother's blood from your hand. If you till the soil, it will no longer give you its strength. A restless wanderer shall you be on the earth. And Cain said to the Lord, My punishment is too great to bear. Now that you have driven me this day from the soil, and I must hide from your presence, I shall be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me. And the Lord said to him, Therefore whoever kills Cain shall suffer sevenfold vengeance. And the Lord set a mark upon Cain, so that whoever found him would not slay him. And Cain went out from the Lord's presence, and dwelled in the land of Nod, east of Eden. And Cain knew his wife, and she conceived and bore Enoch. Then he became the builder of a city, and called the name of his city, like his son's name, Enoch. And Irad was born to Enoch, and Irad begot Mehujael, and Mehujael begot Methusael, and Methusael begot Lamech. And Lamech took him 2 wives. The name of the one was Ada, and the name of the other was Zillah. And Ada bore Jacob. He was the first of tent dwellers with livestock. And his brother's name was Judah. He was the first of all who play on the lyre and pipe. As for Zillah, she bore Tubal-Cain, who forged every tool of copper and iron. And the sister of Tubal-Cain was Naamah. And Lamech said to his wives, Ada and Zillah, O hearken my voice, ye wives of Lamech, give ear to my speech. For a man have I slain for my wound, a boy for my bruising. For sevenfold Cain is avenged, and Lamech 77. And Adam again knew his wife, and she bore a son, and called his name Seth, as to say, God has granted me other seed in place of Abel, for Cain has killed me. As for Seth, to him too a son was born, and he called his name Enosh. It was then that the name of the Lord was first invoked. Chapter 5. This is the book of the lineage of Adam. On the day God created the human, in the image of God, he created them. Male and female, he created them. And he blessed them and called their name humankind on the day they were created. And Adam lived 130 years, and he begot in his likeness by his image, and called his name Seth. And the days of Adam after he begot Seth were 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days Adam lived were 930 years. Then he died. And Seth lived 105 years, and he begot Enosh. And Seth lived after he begot Enosh 807 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Seth were 912 years. Then he died. And Enosh lived 90 years, and he begot Kenan. And Enosh lived after he begot Kenan 815 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enosh were 905 years. Then he died. And Kenan lived 70 years, and he begot Mahalalel. And Kenan lived after he begot Mahalalel 840 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Kenan were 910 years. Then he died. And Mahalalel lived 65 years, and he begot Jared. And Mahalalel lived after he begot Jared 830 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Mahalalel were 895 years. Then he died. And Jared lived 162 years, and he begot Enoch. And Jared lived after he begot Enoch 800 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Jared were 962 years. Then he died. And Enoch lived 65 years, and he begot Methuselah. And Enoch walked with God after he begot Methuselah 300 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Enoch were 365 years. And Enoch walked with God, and he was no more, for God took him. And Methuselah lived 187 years, and he begot Lamech. And Methuselah lived after he begot Lamech 782 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Methuselah were 969 years. Then he died. And Lamech lived 182 years, and he begot a son. And he called his name Noah, as to say, this one will console us for the pain of our hands' work from the soil which the Lord cursed. And Lamech lived after he begot Noah 595 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And all the days of Lamech were 777 years. Then he died. And Noah was 500 years old, and he begot Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Chapter 6. And it happened as humankind began to multiply over the earth, and daughters were born to them, that the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were comely, and they took themselves wives howsoever they chose. And the Lord said, my breath shall not abide in the human forever, for he is but flesh. Let his days be 120 years. The Nephilim were then on the earth, and afterward as well the sons of God having come to bed with the daughters of men who bore them children. They are the heroes of yore, the men of renown. And the Lord saw that the evil of the human creature was great on the earth, and that every scheme of his heart's devising was only perpetually evil. And the Lord regretted having made the human on earth, and was grieved to the heart. And the Lord said, I will wipe out the human race I created from the face of the earth, from human to cattle to crawling thing to the fowl of the heavens, for I regret that I have made them. But Noah found favor in the eyes of the Lord. This is the lineage of Noah. Noah was a righteous man. He was blameless in his time. Noah walked with God, and Noah begot 3 sons, Shem and Ham and Japheth. And the earth was corrupt before God, and the earth was filled with outrage. And God saw the earth, and look, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted its ways on the earth. And God said to Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with outrage by them, and I am now about to destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of cypress wood. With cells you shall make the ark, and caulk it inside and out with pitch. This is how you shall make it. 300 cubits the ark's length, 50 cubits its width, 30 cubits its height. Make a skylight in the ark. Within a cubit of the top you shall finish it, and put an entrance in the ark on one side. With lower and middle and upper decks you shall make it. As for me, I am about to bring the flood, water upon the earth, to destroy all flesh that has within it the breath of life from under the heavens. Everything on the earth shall perish. And I will set up my covenant with you, and you shall enter the ark, you and your sons and your wife and the wives of your sons with you. And from all that lives, from all flesh, 2 of each thing you shall bring to the ark to keep alive. Male and female they shall be, from the fowl of each kind, and from the cattle of each kind, and from all that crawls in the earth of each kind. 2 of each thing shall come to you to be kept alive. As for you, take you from every food that is eaten, and store it by you, to serve for you and for them as food. And this Noah did, as all that God commanded him, so he did. Chapter 7. And the Lord said to Noah, "Come into the ark, you and all your household, for it is you I have seen righteous before me in this generation. Of every clean animal take you 7 pairs, each with its mate, and of every animal that is not clean 1 pair, each with its mate. Of the fowl of the heavens as well 7 pairs, male and female, to keep seed alive over all the earth. For in 7 days' time I will make it rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and I will wipe out from the face of the earth all existing things that I have made." And Noah did all that the Lord commanded. Noah was 600 years old when the flood came, water over the earth. And Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives came into the ark because of the waters of the flood. Of the clean animals and of the animals that were not clean, and of the fowl and of all that crawls upon the ground, 2 each came to Noah into the ark, male and female, as God had commanded Noah. And it happened after 7 days that the waters of the flood were over the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day, all the well springs of the great deep burst, and the casements of the heavens were opened. And the rain was over the earth 40 days and 40 nights. That very day, Noah and Shem and Ham and Japheth, the sons of Noah, and Noah's wife, and the 3 wives of his sons together with them, came into the ark, they as well as beasts of each kind, and cattle of each kind, and each kind of crawling thing that crawls in the earth, and each kind of bird, each winged thing. They came to Noah into the ark, 2 by 2 of all flesh that has the breath of life in it. And those that came in, male and female of all flesh they came, as God had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And the flood was 40 days over the earth, and the waters multiplied, and bore the ark up, and it rose above the earth. And the waters surged, and multiplied mightily over the earth, and the ark went on the surface of the water. And the waters surged most mightily over the earth, and all the high mountains under the heavens were covered. 15 cubits above them, the waters surged as the mountains were covered. And all flesh that stirs in the earth perished. The fowl, and the cattle, and the beasts, and all swarming things that swarm upon the earth, and all humankind. All that had the quickening breath of life in its nostrils, of all that was on dry land, died. And he wiped out all existing things from the face of the earth, from humans to cattle to crawling things to the fowl of the heavens. They were wiped out from the earth. And Noah alone remained, and those with him in the ark. And the waters surged over the earth 150 days. Chapter 8. And God remembered Noah, and all the beasts, and all the cattle that were with him in the ark. And God sent a wind over the earth, and the waters subsided. And the well springs of the deep were dammed up, and the casements of the heavens, the rain from the heavens, held back. And the waters receded from the earth little by little, and the waters ebbed. At the end of 150 days, the ark came to rest, on the 17th day of the 7th month, on the mountains of Ararat. The waters continued to ebb until the 10th month, on the first day of the 10th month. The mountaintops appeared. And it happened at the end of 40 days that Noah opened the window of the ark he had made. And he sent out the raven, and it went forth to and fro until the waters should dry up from the earth. And he sent out the dove to see whether the waters had abated from the surface of the ground. But the dove found no resting place for its foot, and it returned to him to the ark, for the waters were over all the earth. And he reached out and took it, and brought it back to him into the ark. Then he waited another 7 days, and again sent the dove out from the ark. And the dove came back to him at eventide, and look, a plucked olive leaf was in its bill. And Noah knew that the waters had abated from the earth. Then he waited still another 7 days, and sent out the dove, and it did not return to him again. And it happened in the 601st year, in the 1st month, on the 1st day of the month, the waters dried up from the earth. And Noah took off the covering of the ark, and he saw, and look, the surface of the ground was dry. And in the 2nd month, on the 27th day of the month, the earth was completely dry. And God spoke to Noah, saying, Go out of the ark, you and your wife, and your sons, and your sons' wives with you, all the animals that are with you of all flesh, fowl and cattle, and every crawling thing that crawls on the earth, take out with you, and let them swarm through the earth, and be fruitful and multiply on the earth. And Noah went out, his sons and his wife, and his sons' wives with him. Every beast, every crawling thing, and every fowl, everything that stirs in the earth by their families came out of the ark. And Noah built an altar to the Lord, and he took from every clean cattle and every clean fowl, and offered burnt offerings on the altar. And the Lord smelled the fragrant odor, and the Lord said in his heart, I will not again damn the soil on humankind's score. For the devisings of the human heart are evil from youth, and I will not again strike down all living things as I did. As long as all the days of the earth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. Chapter 9. And God blessed Noah and his sons, and he said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth. And the dread and fear of you shall be upon all the beasts of the field, and all the fowl of the heavens, and all that crawls on the ground, and in all the fish of the sea. In your hand they are given. All stirring things that are alive, yours shall be for food. Like the green plants I have given all to you. But flesh with its lifeblood still in it, you shall not eat. And just so your lifeblood I will requite. From every beast I will requite it. And from humankind, from every man's brother, I will requite human life. He who sheds human blood, by humans his blood shall be shed. For in the image of God he made humankind. As for you, be fruitful and multiply, swarm through the earth, and hold sway over it. And God said to Noah and to his sons with him, And I am about to establish my covenant with you and with your seed after you, and with every living creature that is with you, the fowl and the cattle, and every beast of the earth with you, all that have come out of the ark, every beast of the earth. And I will establish my covenant with you, that never again shall all flesh be cut off by the waters of the flood, and never again shall there be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, "This is the sign of the covenant that I set between me and you and every living creature that is with you, for everlasting generations. My bow I have set in the clouds to be a sign of the covenant between me and the earth. And so when I send clouds over the earth, the bow will appear in the cloud. Then I will remember my covenant between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the waters will no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will see it, to remember the everlasting covenant between God and all living creatures, all flesh that is on the earth." And God said to Noah, "This is the sign of the covenant I have established between me and all flesh that is on the earth." And the sons of Noah who came out from the ark were Shem and Ham and Japheth. And Ham was the father of Canaan. These three were the sons of Noah, and from these the whole earth spread out. And Noah, a man of the soil, was the first to plant a vineyard. And he drank of the wine and became drunk, and exposed himself within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw his father's nakedness, and told his two brothers outside. And Shem and Japheth took a cloak and put it over both their shoulders, and walked backward, and covered their father's nakedness. Their faces turned backward, so they did not see their father's nakedness. And Noah woke from his wine, and he knew what his youngest son had done to him. And he said, "Cursed be Canaan, the lowliest slave shall he be to his brothers." And he said, "Blessed be the Lord, the God of Shem. Unto them shall Canaan be slave. May God enlarge Japheth. May he dwell in the tents of Shem. Unto them shall Canaan be slave." And Noah lived after the flood 350 years. And all the days of Noah were 950 years. Then he died. Chapter 10. And this is the lineage of the sons of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Sons were born to them after the flood. The sons of Japheth: Gomer and Magog and Madai and Javan and Tubal and Meshech and Tiras. And the sons of Gomer: Ashkenaz and Riphath and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan: Elisha and Tarshish, the Kittites and the Dodanites. From these the sea peoples branched out. These are the sons of Japheth, in their lands, each with his own tongue, according to their clans and their nations. And the sons of Ham: Cush and Mizraim and Put and Canaan. And the sons of Cush: Seba and Havilah and Raamah and Sabteka. And the sons of Raamah: Sheba and Deber. And Cush begot Nimrod. He was the first mighty man on earth. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Therefore it is said, like Nimrod, a mighty hunter before the Lord. The start of his kingdom was Babylon, and Erech, and Akkad, all of them in the land of Shinar. From that land Asher emerged, and he built Nineveh, and Rehoboth-ir, and Calah, and Resen, between Nineveh and Calah, which is the great city. And Mizraim begot the Ludites, and the Anamites, and the Leabites, and the Naphtalites, and the Pathrusites, and the Casluhites, and the Caphtorites, from whom the Philistines emerged. And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgashite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamatite. Afterward the clans of the Canaanites spread out, and the border of the Canaanite was from Sidon till you come to Gerar, as far as Gaza, till you come to Sodom and Gomorrah, and Admah and Zeboim, as far as Lasha. These are the sons of Ham, according to their clans and their tongues, in their lands and their nations. Sons were born too to Shem, the father of all the sons of Eber, the older brother of Japheth. The sons of Shem, Elam and Asher, and Arpachshad, and Lud and Aram. And the sons of Aram, Uz and Hul, and Gether and Nash. And Arpachshad begot Shelah, and Shelah begot Eber. And to Eber 2 sons were born. The name of one was Peleg, for in his days the earth was split apart. And his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begot Almodad, and Sheath, and Hazarmaveth, and Jireh, and Hadoram, and Uzal, and Diklah, and Obal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobah. All these were the sons of Joktan. And their settlements were from Mesha till you come to Sephar, in the eastern highlands. These are the sons of Shem according to their clans and tongues, in their lands and their nations. These are the clans of the sons of Noah according to their lineage and their nations. And from these the nations branched out on the earth after the flood. Chapter 11. And all the earth was one language, one set of words. And it happened as they journeyed from the east that they found a valley in the land of Shinar and settled there. And they said to each other, Come, let us bake bricks and burn them hard. And the bricks served them as stone, and bitumen served them as mortar. And they said, Come, let us build us a city and a tower with its top in the heavens, that we may make us a name, lest we be scattered over all the earth. And the Lord came down to see the city and the tower that the human creatures had built. And the Lord said, As one people with one language for all, if this is what they've begun to do, now nothing they plot to do will elude them. Come, let us go down and baffle their language there, so that they will not understand each other's language. And the Lord scattered them from there over all the earth, and they left off building the city. Therefore it is called Babel, for there the Lord made the language of all the earth babble, and from there the Lord scattered them over all the earth. This is the lineage of Shem. Shem was 100 years old when he begot Arpachshad, 2 years after the flood. And Shem lived after begetting Arpachshad 500 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Arpachshad lived 35 years, and he begot Shelah. And Arpachshad lived after begetting Shelah 403 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Shelah lived 30 years, and he begot Eber. And Shelah lived after begetting Eber 403 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Eber lived 34 years, and he begot Peleg. And Eber lived after begetting Peleg 430 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years, and he begot Reu. And Peleg lived after begetting Reu 209 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Reu lived 32 years, and he begot Serah. And Reu lived after begetting Serah 207 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Serah lived 30 years, and he begot Nahor. And Serah lived after begetting Nahor 200 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years, and he begot Terah. And Nahor lived after begetting Terah 119 years, and he begot sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years, and he begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And this is the lineage of Terah. Terah begot Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran begot Lot. And Haran died in the lifetime of Terah his father in the land of his birth, Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took themselves wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarah, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah and the father of Iscah. And Sarai was barren; she had no child. And Terah took Abram his son, and Lot, son of Haran, his grandson, and Sarai his daughter-in-law, the wife of his son Abram, and he set out with them from Ur of the Chaldees toward the land of Canaan. And they came to Haran and settled there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. Chapter 12. And the Lord said to Abram, Go forth from your land, and your birthplace, and your father's house, to the land I will show you. And I will make you a great nation, and I will bless you, and make your name great.
Start chapter 12 next time.